Listen carefully, my child. This message is not random. You did not find this video by accident. I have been watching every silent tear, every unanswered prayer. Every night you whispered my name and felt nothing change. You asked me, God, why is everything still the same? You wondered if I heard you. You questioned if you were forgotten. But today I speak clearly, and I explain what your eyes could not see. You expected sudden doors to open. You expected instant relief. You expected a visible miracle by now. Yet days passed, months passed, and still nothing changed. At least that is what you thought. But hear me now. Nothing stayed the same. Everything was moving, just not where your eyes were looking. While you feel stuck, my beloved, you confuse silence with absence. You confuse delay with denial. But I have never stopped working for you. I allowed the waiting because you were becoming someone who could carry what you asked for. If I had answered you too quickly, the blessing would have crushed you. If I had moved before the foundation was ready, what I gave you would not have lasted. You asked me to change your situation, but first I needed to change your depth. You prayed for elevation, but you resisted the preparation. You wanted the promise, but you struggled with the process. So I slowed time, not to punish you, but to protect you. What you call nothing changing was me strengthening your spirit. What you call delay was me removing what would sabotage your future. What you call silence was me teaching you to hear me beyond noise. I was not ignoring you. I was refining you. What was really happening? While you were waiting, I was rearranging people behind the scenes. I was blocking doors you begged me to open, because they would have led you into pain, loss, and regret. I saw what you could not see. I heard conversations you never heard. I protected you from paths that looked good, but were poisoned underneath. I allowed things to stay still, because movement at the wrong time would have destroyed you. You thought I forgot your prayers, but I stored them. You thought I overlooked your tears, but I counted them. You thought I moved on, but I stayed closer than ever. Every moment of waiting was intentional. Every delay was measured. Every closed door was mercy in disguise. And now you're closer than you think. What feels like the end is actually the final stretch. What feels like stagnation is the calm before divine acceleration. What feels like nothing is the moment before everything changes. My child, this is why nothing changed yet. Because I was preparing you for something that cannot fail. The season of hidden work. My child, what you do not see is not empty. It is hidden. I do my greatest work where human eyes cannot interfere. I build roots before I allow fruit. I strengthen foundations before I raise structures. You were in a season where visibility would have damaged you, so I covered you. You were asking why no one noticed your growth, why your effort seemed unseen, why your prayers felt unheard. But hear me clearly. I hid you because exposure too early would have cost you everything. While you felt overlooked, I was training your endurance. While you felt ignored, I was sharpening your discernment. While you felt delayed, I was deepening your dependence on me. This season was not about progress others could applaud. It was about progress your soul required. If I had revealed you too soon, pride would have entered quietly. If I had elevated you too fast, fear would have followed closely. So I slowed you down until your character could stand where I am taking you. Why others moved ahead of you, you watched others rise. You saw doors open for them while yours stayed shut. You questioned me in silence. God, why them and not me? But comparison blinded you to truth. Their journey was not yours. Their timing was not yours. Their preparation was not yours. I did not delay you because you were less worthy. I delayed you because your assignment is heavier. Some people receive quickly because they are only meant to carry it briefly. But what I am giving you must last generations. I let others move ahead so you could learn without losing. I allowed them to test paths you were never meant to walk. What looked like favoritism was actually protection. What felt unfair was actually precision. I was not behind schedule. I was on purpose. The test of faith and stillness. Stillness tests faith more than storms. Anyone can trust me when miracles are loud. But can you trust me when nothing changes? I watched you pray even when you were tired. I watched you believe even when doubt whispered. I watched you stay when leaving felt easier. That is why heaven took notice. I was not asking you to understand. I was asking you to trust. I was not asking you to see. I was asking you to stay faithful in the unseen. Every moment you chose hope over despair shifted something in the spiritual realm. Every tear you cried without quitting moved you closer to breakthrough. Every day you stayed obedient, even when you felt forgotten, prepared you for what is next. You are not late. You are not behind. You are not disqualified. You are aligned. The invisible battle you survived. My child, you believed nothing was happening, but you did not see the battles I was fighting for you in silence. While you slept with heavy thoughts, I stood guard. While your strength felt drained, I carried you. While your faith felt fragile, I defended your destiny. There were moments when the enemy tried to end what I started in you. Moments when discouragement was sent to weaken your spirit. Moments when confusion tried to steal your clarity. But I did not allow it. I blocked attacks you never sensed. I canceled plans formed against you before they reached your life. I shielded your mind when thoughts tried to pull you into despair. You thought your struggle meant defeat, but your survival proves my presence. If you knew how close the breakthrough was, you would understand why the resistance felt so heavy. Nothing changed outwardly, because everything was being secured inwardly. Why I did not remove the pain yet. I know you asked me to take the pain away. I heard you cry, asking why it still hurt. I saw the exhaustion behind your smile, but listen carefully. I did not remove the pain because it was shaping your authority. Pain taught you compassion. Waiting taught you patience. Silence taught you how to listen beyond words. You are becoming someone who can comfort others because you learned to survive discomfort yourself. If I had removed the pain too early, you would have missed the wisdom it carried. If I had ended the struggle too fast, you would not recognize the miracle when it arrives. I was not being cruel. I was being careful. The pain did not come to destroy you. It came to deepen you. And now it is almost done. The shift is closer than you think. You are standing at the edge of change. Even if your surroundings look the same, heaven has already approved what you prayed for. What remains is alignment, not effort. Trust, not fear. Surrender, not control. You are entering a season where movement will happen suddenly. Doors will open quickly. Answers will arrive unexpectedly. What was delayed will begin to flow. But you must remain steady. Do not rush ahead of me now. Do not doubt at the doorway. Do not give up when you are this close. The waiting refined you. The silence trained you. The stillness prepared you. And soon you will understand why nothing changed until everything was ready. The moment you almost quit. My child, there was a moment you do not talk about. A moment when you almost gave up, not loudly but quietly. You still smiled. You still showed up. But inside you were tired of hoping. I saw that moment. I saw when your prayers became shorter, when your faith felt fragile, when you said, God, I can't do this much longer. That moment did not disqualify you. It proved how strong you truly are. You stayed even when quitting felt logical. You trusted me even when trusting hurt. You waited even when your heart felt empty. Heaven marked that moment, because endurance in darkness carries more weight than praise in the light. You were closer than you realized. The pressure increased because the breakthrough approached. The silence deepened because the answer was forming. If you had stopped then, you would have missed what was already on its way. That is why I held you together. When you felt like falling apart, what I was preparing you to receive. You asked for change, but you did not yet understand the size of what you requested. I was not preparing a small shift. I was preparing a transformation. What is coming will require wisdom. It will require humility. It will require strength beyond emotion. That is why I trained you in stillness. That is why I allowed delay. That is why I removed people, habits, and attachments that could not go where you are headed. I was emptying your hands so I could fill them with something greater. What you are about to receive will answer prayers you stopped praying because you thought they were forgotten. It will restore areas you believed were permanently broken. It will rewrite stories you accepted as final. This is not just about blessing. This is about purpose, and purpose requires preparation. The final stretch before change. Now listen carefully. This is not the time to retreat. This is not the time to doubt. This is not the time to question everything again. You're in the final stretch. The reason everything feels sensitive is because transition is near. The reason emotions rise unexpectedly is because the old season is losing its hold. Do not return to what I already brought you out of. Do not chase what I already removed. Do not fear what is unfolding. Remain steady. Remain faithful. Remain close to me. Very soon, what you prayed for in secret will be recognized in the open. What you endured in silence will produce visible fruit. What felt delayed will arrive with precision, and you will finally understand why nothing changed until now. Now you are ready, my child. Now you are ready to understand. Nothing changed before because you were still becoming. I had to remove fear you didn't know you carried. I had to heal wounds you learned to hide. I had to break patterns that looked normal but were quietly limiting you. If I had answered you earlier, you would have celebrated the gift, but struggled to sustain it. So I waited, not because I forgot you, but because I refused to fail you. You asked why the road felt lonely. It was because distractions could not follow you here. You asked why you felt misunderstood. It was because this season was not for explanation. It was for transformation. You are no longer who you were when you first prayed. Your faith is deeper. Your discernment is sharper. Your heart is stronger even after breaking. You don't beg like you used to. You don't panic like you used to. You don't depend on people the way you used to. That is not loss. That is growth. And growth is the evidence that the waiting was not wasted. Now hear me clearly and let this settle into your spirit. The season of delay is closing. The season of alignment is opening. You will not have to force what is coming. You will not have to chase what belongs to you. What is meant for you will recognize you. The doors that open next will open without struggle. The answers that come next will bring peace instead of confusion. The changes that unfold will make sense of every tear you cried in secret. Do not rush me now. Do not doubt me now. Do not look back now. Stay close. Stay humble. Stay trusting. Because very soon you will look back at this moment and realize nothing changed yet, because everything was being prepared perfectly. And when it finally changes, you will not just say, God answered me. You will say, God knew exactly when.